Alright, back again with more instant action. Running some nice mods today. Got the instant action tweaks Galactic Civil War mod from the one and only Moped, which switches all the maps to Empire and Rebels. So we're on the I think this is the Jakku First Order Star Destroyer map. Looks nice with the Rebels and the Empire running on it. Also, Jesus, I've had been doing it for like the last couple of hours, trying to get a Mando mod to work with. What is it? That fucking dark saber or whatever it's fucking called. And there is one. You can get one. You just use one mod and it plugs it straight in. It changes Anakin to Mando. But he's missing his cape and he's missing his jetpack. Where's that? Half of that Stormtrooper's head was missing then. Yeah, so I've been trying different combinations of mods to see if I can get it working, and if I can get the hero here, I'll showcase it. That's the best I could get it. It does come with a couple of problems. The mod that I've got going at the moment, it turns Finn to a saber hero. But as a result of doing it, it mutes his lightsaber sounds, which is a pain. And I don't know how to make my own mods, so I don't know where to go in the Frosty editor to sort that out. And then I think it's what's his name? I showcased the Divine 57's Mando mod, replacing Finn. The last one I showcased was a hand replacement. For this one, to get all this combo to work properly, it had to replace Finn. Oh yeah, what did I want to talk about this video? Oh yeah, some of you are probably going to hate this, but whatever, I don't give a shit. So, as you know, I've not watched any of the Book of Boba. I don't want to watch any of it. But what I have watched, and I wish I hadn't, because it's been somehow coming up on my recommended feed, and my recommended feed's polluted with it now. It's reaction videos, or should I say cringe reaction videos to the what was it, episode 5, where he fucking has his dark side. Well, what people are considering the best episode of the Book of Boba Fett that doesn't even have the main character in it. So that tells you a lot about the show, really, doesn't it? Hey, everyone's made up that it's their favourite episode, and Boba's not even in it. So you go figure. But God, some of those reaction videos are cringe. I mean, if you look at shit like this,
does he have his fucking the dark saber? And he still has the dark saber.
It absolutely makes me skin crawl. I mean, I wouldn't mind if it was a load of kids, you know what I mean? Because that's who the show's aimed at. It's aimed at 8-year-olds, but it's just all grown men, you know, like in like their mid-30s to 40s and that. And Jesus Christ, here we go. Here's the Mando one. So as you can see, he's got no weapon sounds. A couple of his moves have changed. He's just got a mixture of raise moves. What the bloody hell's going on here? Yeah, so the cringe reaction video YouTubers, bloody hell, make me bloody skin crawl. And everything that they say, oh shit, I'm gonna die already. Whenever they see anything on screen, it's just like, oh, that's so cool. That's so cool.
That's so cool.
That's so cool.
That's so cool.
That's all they ever fucking say. Like when the dark saber comes out, oh shit, he's got his dark saber out. I mean, I haven't seen Mandalorian when he gets it, so, and I don't want to see it anyway. But as you know, I gave that show a couple of episodes and I jibbed it, which means I couldn't be arsed with it. But yeah, all the reaction videos, look at them all, like they're just all coming in their pants over. I don't know. It's the Mandalorian's music when he first shows up. It's like, oh, it's like one of those clap for applause things at a live comedy show. You know, the big red flashing lights that tells you when to do something. That's what that music cue's like. And then, oh god, oh, I thought I turned these heroes off. Yeah, just some of the things. I mean, because I'd watched the reaction videos, I've pretty much seen the majority of the episode. Do you know what I mean? So like all the beginning sequence, I must admit that was, out of anything I've seen so far, of like the few episodes I've seen of Mando, and because I haven't seen any of the book, that was better than, at least how it started anyway, the first half of the episode. Give him credit, that was actually interesting, you know, some of it. I know a lot of people are sick of seeing Tatooine, but like, you all understand why you're seeing Tatooine so much, right? It's because it's just easier to shoot, you know. They don't have to pay a permit to go and film out in the desert. That's why you see a lot of B movies that take place in the woods, because you don't have to pay a permit. You just take your camera and walk around the woods and film, and you don't have to. But if you're doing it in like cities and shit, you gotta pay somebody to have your camera rolling. And so yeah, that's why it's in Tatooine. But I know people are getting sick of it because it seems to be one of the only environments. Yeah, what's going on here? Oh shit, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm dead. Yeah, so that's why that is. Oh, I'll go jump trooper. What was I saying? I've lost my point now. Oh yeah, the seed. Yeah, it didn't start off too bad. I thought, you know, it starts off doing bounty hunter stuff, you know, which was great. Which is what I think they should have started doing with Boba's character. Like, it seems like people are actually enjoying Mando way more than they're enjoying Boba. Like, I think they've absolutely ruined Boba. Like, I mean, I don't know what the probably, because everyone's saying he's not done nothing yet. Like I say, I haven't seen the show, but everyone's complaining that he's not actually done anything like badass or Boba Fetty. But they're gonna have to. He'll probably pull out some fanboy nonsense in his. I mean, he's got to, right? Otherwise, what's the point in him being in the show? So yeah, it started off well. He brings that. Well, he fucking slices that fella in half, doesn't he? That was pretty brutal. He showed his inability to use the dark saber. I don't know what all the lore is with that, why he can't wield it properly. It's going to be some. I hope it's not. They don't make him force sensitive, you know, and he has to be force sensitive to use it. Which brings me on to my next point. Isn't it funny how things come round full circle, right? How much shit do original trilogy fans always get? And I'm one of them. I'm a fucking original trilogy fan through and through. What grew up on them, 37 years of age now. Grew up on them. How much shit the original trilogy fans get for how often do you hear that, oh, you only like those films, it's rose-tinted glasses and it's nostalgia and you don't like anything new, blah blah, fucking blah. And what did we see in just one episode, which was episode 5? There was at least 4 cases of prequel trilogy jerk-off nostalgia. What were they? Okay, number 1. Mando, when he gets his Naboo starfighter. Oh, you all remember the Naboo starfighter was just a ship that they showed off in the Phantom Menace, and Anakin piloted it. Well, that's come back. You all remember that, don't you? And seen all when I was on about the "that's cool" reaction from all the people watching the fucking reaction videos. That's all they said. Oh, it is the Naboo starfighter. That's cool. That's cool. That's all they had to say about it. Well, that is nostalgia number 1. If you want to include the set, which was in the Mando anyway, was that woman's pit droids. That's nostalgia from the prequels. You know, she's got a little team of pit droids working for her. Another one. When Mando taking his starfighter for a bit of a test spin. Where did he take it? The exact same route that Anakin took in the prequels in the Boots Eve pod race. Jesus Christ. And also, do you remember when Qui-Gon said this?
Very fast, very dangerous. You must have Jedi reflexes if you race pods. Don't do that again.
Yeah. Is Mando force sensitive or something? You know, Anakin, he said only you must have Jedi reflexes if you can race pods. And yet we see Mando piloting a fucking starfighter. Not a pod, a starfighter that's capable of breakneck speeds in space, and then he's whizzing through the Beggar's Canyon and all that shit. Like, did they just forget about the prequels and what they said? They're just like, it doesn't matter what George set up in the prequel. We'll just ignore all that. Kind of reminds me of what they do with I'm going to play another match. That didn't go for long enough. Yeah, just shit on all George's. Oh yeah, you got to be forced. Only Jedi reflexes if you can have those kind of reflexes to control pods at high speed. And yet Mando just flies his new whip through Beggar's Canyon, the M1 starfighter. And what was the other one? Oh yeah, when he brings it back to the curly-haired woman with the pit droids, and she's like, "How was it?" And he says, "Wizard."
This is so wizard, Annie. How come no one says wizard anymore?
Prequels, Anakin's mate said it in a throwaway line that he just said it was so wizard and then we gotta get. So there's 4 examples of nostalgia, and everyone who on the reaction videos who were seeing how they reacted to it was like, oh, prequel stuff. So yeah, it's just funny how things come full circle in it, you know. All original trilogy fans were getting all kinds of shit for that for years, all the way through the prequels. When the sequels came out, you only like stuff because it's old and you don't like anything new. And I'll say that, and I don't think any other original trilogy fans saying this, I don't want to see any more original trilogy stuff. Move on. Like, if I want to watch original trilogy stuff, do you know what I'll watch? I'll watch the original trilogy, because you just can't beat it. It's unbeatable. Amazing storytelling, amazing acting, amazing plots. I don't know, you could argue with Jedi, the teddy bears saving the universe at the end. You know, cinematography, using miniatures and models, which it's mostly just fucking green screen nowadays. You don't have to go through the effort of making puppets and building sets. But as much as I love all that stuff, I would still like some brand new Star Wars ideas that have not been done before. And as I said in one of my other videos, the reason you're not going to see any of that is Star Wars is creatively bankrupt. And what does that mean? It's like they can't come out with any more new ideas, because if they don't include TIE fighters, if they don't include lightsabers, if they don't include AT-STs, walkers, then no one's going to give a shit. And what was another reason why people probably loved Episode 5 of the Book of Boba? What did it have in it? It had a lightsaber in it. Because they were like, oh, we're 4 episodes in and there's not been a lightsaber. People's attention spans are going to be waning. Got to put a lightsaber in, otherwise it's not Star Wars. Anyway, what else was I going to say? Something else I wanted to say. Oh, won't be rambling. I've forgot one of my points. But yeah, I think the episode started off well, from what I've seen on the cringe reaction videos. But then it just turned into, remember this? Remember this? Do you remember this, guys? And everyone loved it, judging by those cringe reaction videos. Yeah, it's like mostly like 40-year-old men with their girlfriend sat next to them, and the girlfriend's look on their faces just like... I mean, I've seen one video and it was just like... They both sat on the couch, and the guy just does an intro and he talks for something like 5 minutes. And every time his girlfriend tries to speak, he just talks over her. I'm like, does your girlfriend not get a say? She looks bored out of her fucking mind. And half of the reactions, I'm not sure if they're just like... I mean, let's face it. What do reaction videos want? They want views, don't they? You know, that's all they're doing. And some of the reactions, unfortunately, they were actually genuine because the shit that they were watching actually worked on them. You know what I mean? Here's your prequel nostalgia. You want to see more prequel nostalgia, guys? Here's your M1 Starfighter, and let's go back to the Boonta Eve track. And oh my god. But yeah, it looks like Boba's got a lot of catching up to do. He's got to do something amazing. Something else I wanted to talk about with Boba as well, I can't remember. Let's see if I can get it. What's his face again? I got killed dead quick there because I wasn't paying attention with him earlier. Start sweating a little bit. See if we can push this objective all the way to the end. Yeah, what's one thing I liked about is how it started off anyway. Felt like... You know what I mean? I want to see bounty hunters doing bounty hunters shit. You know, like what they should have done with Boba, rather than making him a fucking crime lord and all this shit. That's not his character. He's a... Oh, well, that was another thing I wanted to talk about. When you've got the actor who plays Boba, Tamora Morrison, he said in an article, and I'll flash it up on screen now if I can find it. He had his concerns with how they'd written his character, and one of them was he thinks his character talks way too much. And from what I've heard in the show, everywhere he goes, he just introduces himself as Boba Fett. He's like, I'm Boba Fett. And that's not what in my head what I pictured Boba's character to do. He's a silent type, you know what I mean? It's like he doesn't have to say anything. Just actually, they actually had it right with Man. In the first few episodes I did see of Mando, they actually got it right there. You know, the what's his name? Is it Pedro something? The actor's name. I think he did a great job initially. I know we talked a lot more as it went on. Where the fucking hell are these objectives? I know we talked a lot more as it went on, but initially he did a great job of showing emotion with the helmet on. You know, you could tell when he looked at Grogu and stuff, or Baby Yoda, whatever his name is. You know, just little tilts of the head said it all. You know, he didn't have to speak. You know, you could tell when he looked at Grogu, he was like, "Oh, that motherfucker's cute." You know, he just tilted his head in a way, or when he felt like, I don't know, regret or something. But the actor did it just by movements, and that's hard. You know, and the fact that he did it means, as far as I'm concerned, means that he did a great job. Get killed again. No stamina. And I feel that's what they did right with the direction, like directing the character of Jin, or whatever it is, the real life Pedro Pascal, is that it? And that's what Boba should have been in this show. Like the strong silence. Like Boba's the kind of person, it's like he doesn't have to say shit. Like when he walks into a bar, when he walks into a cantina, everyone knows who he is. You know, that his armor was iconic, and at least in the old lore, in like novels and stuff like that, that was the case. Like he didn't have to say anything to show who he was. God, I'm gonna get killed here. Yeah, and I feel like they've messed him up. He looks fat, he looks overweight, and the fact that Temuera Morrison, the actor himself, is talking to the writers and saying, I don't think he'd say stuff like this. I think you should cut back on the dialogue. And they're like, nah, we know what they're doing. And what happened to the last person who tried to confront a director and say, oh, this is not how my character should be? Yeah, Mark Hamill, Paul Luque, look what they fucking did to that poor bastard. Fucking... You know what? It looks like those films, the sequel trilogy, it looks like it's aged Mark Hamill another 30 years. You know, when you see him on like press junkets and stuff like that and interviews, he looks fucking miserable of what they've done. And you know the one thing I will say, like I know I hated The Last Jedi, and I haven't even seen. Oh, we nearly got this objective. Should go this way. And I've not even seen Rise of Skywalker. Just refused to watch it. But I remember when I first watched Last Jedi, and I hated at first what they did with Luke. You know, it's like they made him a hermit on the, you know, on that island and stuff like that, and he'd like turned his back on the Force, and I was getting mad at that, thinking, oh, that's not in Luke's character. That's not Luke. Oh, boss is gonna fuck me up here if I don't piss off. That's not in Luke's character. He wouldn't do that, and I was like really upset about it at first. But then as time went on, I actually started to think about it differently, and I was like, do you know what? That's the only thing in that film that I actually kind of came around to liking. That Luke had turned his back on it, and he's like, do you know what? Fuck it. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm sick of all this Force Jedi and Sith shit. And I know, like, on paper, it was actually an interesting idea, but when they executed it, it just didn't work. You know, but it could have, if they just would have executed it a bit better. I don't know how they would have done that. Just writ it better, you know, and it could have been interesting, you know. And then, or another thing that could have, like, to cliffhanger that movie. At first, I thought, like, you know, when Rey stood at the, like the what's it called, like the landing ramp of that like civilian transport, and Kylo's like, come with me and all that. I thought that's what was going to happen. I thought like she was going to at the last minute say to the Resistance, actually, do you know what? I'm gonna go with Kylo, because my head's messed up with all this Force stuff, and I need answers. I need guidance. And you know, they had all their interactions via the Force and stuff like that, and there was almost like a romantic subplot being hinted at there. And because I haven't watched Rise of Skywalker, I don't actually know if that panned out or not. But I actually thought, oh, it would have been interesting, sort of like an Empire Strikes Back moment, you know, at the end when the villains kind of win, to lead it nicely into the last of the trilogy. I was like, oh, she's gonna fuck off with Kylo and bail on the Resistance, like, and that's not what happened, you know. She just, you know, she just carried on with what she was doing and went with the Resistance. But yeah, poor Mark Hamill. But yeah, it doesn't say much for the show when your main character has got concerns. And oh god, am I gonna fucking fall down? Yeah, but Tamora, he loves playing Boba Fett. He loves the character. He doesn't hate it, but he just wants to portray the best he can. A Darth Maul, the most overrated character in Star Wars. Does I actually get Dooku's? Oh, I can spam him down. He's got no stamina, but neither have I. Yeah, so it was, you know, they did a good effort at this, to go back to the episode. They started it off well. It's not giving me any interest to watch it, by the way. I'm not going to watch it, but it's only because of these cringe reaction videos that I've actually seen what I've seen, and they are cringe. Bloody hell! It's just like full off jerk off fanboy stuff. They don't stop to question anything. Yeah, no one's questioning. Oh, I guess all that stuff George set up in the Phantom Menace matters anymore. You know, unless they make Mando turn out to be force sensitive. I mean, you know, what is all that stuff with his? Oh, I just bit on that. Proper got baited there. Match has ended already. Yeah. Is he going to be force sensitive? I know he had his little duel with what's her name? The Armourer or some shit. And why did she she banished him for taking his helmet off? It's like there's only three of us left, you know what I mean? And she's like, oh, you're banned, and so now there's 2 of us left. Yeah, there's no wonder they're an extinct clan and can't get this shit together. Like, doesn't that fucking Darksaber mean he inherits the right to lead the clan? I don't know. I don't care, but yeah, they're just like, oh, you took your helmet off. See ya, you're not allowed in anymore. Stupid. But you know what it felt like as well? It felt, I don't know. It felt like almost like a deleted episode of Mando. And I don't know, when they got to episode 5 of Book of Boba Fett, they were like, oh shit, Tamora Morrison can't arrive to the set. He's ill or something like that. You know what? We'll just we'll get that deleted scene, deleted episode from Mando, and we'll put that in as episode 5. That's almost what it felt like. But what's probably happening is it's setting up just in the same way that Mandalorian set up was all a setup for, or mostly a setup for the Book of Boba Fett, and it looks like it's going the other way now. Like Book of Boba Fett is. Book of Boba Fett's like going into a springboard to, is it the 3rd season of The Mandalorian? Oh, and I've spawned way back here. Yeah, so nothing's changed. Star Wars is still a fucking mess. You know, they're trying to appeal to nostalgia, and it worked. And I'll say it again, it's just funny how things come full circle. Now the original trilogy fans can point their finger and laugh and say, oh, remember when you said it was all rose-tinted glasses? And now at least 4 examples there in one episode of prequel jerk-off material squeezed into one episode. This is probably a terrible idea. I'm hopefully not going to run off the end. Oh, Kylo Ren. I don't think my AI... I'm going to run out of stamina. I'm dead again. Ugh. Oh, I thought he was going to remote me. Yeah. But it's just funny, isn't it? How things work out. But it's, like I say, it gives me no interest in watching the show. But I do like watching the... Well, I don't like watching it, but just seeing how fucking dumb people are, you know, just... Anything that gets flashed in front of them, they're like clapping like sea lions, you know, like, and... Oh, this is so cool, this is so badass. Doesn't have to make any sense, you know. Like, I guess with, like that, all that Mando taking his starfighter through the through Beggar's Canyon. Never mind what was set up in the... Oh, bloody hell, what happened there? What was set up in the prequels, I guess Mando can do it now. But then I get maybe... Are they going to make him force sensitive? Like, I don't know. You know, probably have somebody to train him. I guess, is Luke going to train him? Or people are saying that Armourer Woman's probably a character that was in... Was it Rebels? Sabine or whatever her name is. I didn't watch that shit show either. Not for me, I'm afraid. Like I say, if I want to watch original trilogy stuff, I'll go and watch the Holy Grail itself. No need to watch today's offering, because I'm not a hypocrite and I don't want any new I don't want any old stuff constantly rehashed. Think of new ideas, you know. But it's almost like I mean, get back on there, AI, quick. It's almost like they've got an 8-year-old writing the script, you know, and the directors, or to direct like a child of the directors, like he's like, oh, me lad written a great little script there. You know, Mando turns up again and wields it. Oh, fucking bullshit. Anyway, gone on for long enough, but you get what I'm saying. Rose tinted glasses. I'll leave it at that. See you later.